Welcome back. We have been cough. Welcome back. We have been working pretty hard clearing out this whole area. This is something like a 70 by 70 area that we are going to build a big museum in. Big building. This is a big area. So we got 4 pillars. We got that one to there. To over there. I can't see it, so I'm assuming you probably can't see it. To there. And it's a whole square, 70 by 70. That's as much space as we're going to take up. Ow. Ow. Everything's fine. We are fine. But I've been clearing out, this was a forest, and now I'm going to lay out the general space of the building where everything is going to go. And then we're probably going to terraform. There's this little hill here, over there as well. They're going to have to go, probably. But first we need to lay out exactly where the building is going. And that is going to be done with the bricks. If this is 70, if that means this is going to be the front, we're going to come in from this side. Which means something like, oops, it's going to be 3, and then let's go ahead and put stone brick in my hotbar, because that's how it's going to go. 3, and then this is going to be 7. Actually, hold on. I did this backwards. We actually want... Did I pick that up? There we go. We actually want the stone brick in front. But we do 3 stone brick, and then we do 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, cow. And then we do 3 again. And then we do 7, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. And then we do 3 again, but now this is where the entrance is going to go, and it's going to be 13 wide. How much damage do I think I'm going to take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 3. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1. This is going to be a thing. 2. This whole thing is going to be torn down for sure. Which is going to be fun. But anyway, 3. And 7 going this way. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And eeks. Do I have... Let's just take this. And then up here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do all this counting of the blocks and placing down. That's sentence weird. I'm going to do all the counting and the placing of the blocks off camera, because I think it's pretty boring. So I'll be right back when it's done. Here we are. We got a whole layout. It is funky. I don't know how the roof is going to look. It's going to be very interesting. But what we have the walls coming out, and we're going to have a dome, or kind of a tower that leads up to a glass dome on either side of this whole building on the back end, and then we'll have a traditional triangular, maybe slightly rounded off roof at the front. And I need to find a way to merge the two together, which is going to be interesting. But so the triangular roof is going to come and hit right here where the dome is going to be, and it's going to be like way up there. It's going to be like 30, maybe even 40 blocks up. And so I'm going to have to find a way to gently slope it into each other, which is going to be interesting. And this is going to be a flat wall back here. Like I said, there's a dome on either side, dome/tower, and flat wall basically all the way down the side. I don't know if there's any way to make it look interesting flat. It's going to be a very large scale, so flat isn't going to be that big a deal. Also, most of the time you're going to be approaching it from the front, so you won't see how bad it is, how flat it is. And now the biggest project, the biggest part I have to do is take down all of these little hills and this one. This is the biggest one. This is right here. Is this where the entrance is? Either here or here is where the entrance is, and it's going to be pretty tall, and this is blocking that whole thing. So this mountain, very large, it's going to have to go. Oh, it goes far. At least partly going to have to go. I don't know if I want to commit to taking down the whole thing, because it keeps going. At least this chunk of it, I might take this chunk out and then slope this down so it matches. But more likely the whole thing is going to have to go, along with all of these little hills. These are going to be a lot easier to take down than that. So I'll start with those, level everything out to the same point, which will probably be this point here. Yeah, we'll say that's the lowest it's going to go. And I'm not just going to follow the slope like I do sometimes with other buildings. I want this building to be more level. So I want it to be on a flat surface completely. But yeah, you can see from above, it's pretty large. And the scale of this is going to be very tall. I'm going to need a lot more brick. So that's the two things I'm going to go do right now. I'm going to flatten this area out, and I'm going to get a ton more brick. I think I have a lot of more clay at the main house. Let's see, we have that stack. We have part of that stack. That's all of the brick we have, which is nowhere near enough. I think we have some at the main house. Let's actually go check it out and also give you a lay of the land, sort of show exactly where this is. So I'm going to not cut right now. I'm going to just walk back to the house because it's actually not that far away. So this is where this is. Ooh, now looking at it from this far, I'm kind of regretting not pushing it back, but I'll think about that. I don't think it's going to push back, but that's a lot of empty space. That's where that is, and we have a desert, which leads straight to the island where we started. This is where we started, truly. This is where everything started. I've since cleared out. I am surprised this is not trampled. That's interesting. I wonder if fertile land just always stays. If you're wondering about this floating chest, this is all of my starting tools, which I think as part of the museum that I'm creating, I think I'll have like a position where like this is the first potion I brewed, this is the first tool I made, and sort of that idea I think could be interesting, could be fun to look at. But I don't know yet. I'm not sold on it. But that's those. So that's what that chest is, and I did purposely set those tools aside because I've had this idea since basically the beginning of the series. I just never had enough clay. I've been slowly gathering it throughout doing everything, and I still don't have enough because you need a lot of clay. So this is my island. This is where my main base is. And that is where we are. It is right over there. And for context for where everything is, so the museum is going to be right over there and a bit farther that way, not even a bit, like a couple hundred blocks farther that way, is where the jungle is that we have started to terraform. And then this way, so going this way diagonally, we hit the stronghold in the big desert with the messed up generated village where I'm learning about trading. And then if we go diagonally this way, that's where the desert city is. Just good, nice little context for everything. And let's see. We have this much clay and brick. I've been working on it for a while. So I think some of it, yes, we have some already done. I've gone through tons of coal. So now what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to take these with me. Yeah. So that while I'm, oops, clicked instead of, yeah. So while I am building up that base, while I'm building up the museum, I can also have some clay smelting into more bricks. But this is still not going to be near enough bricks. So I am going to have to go and find even more. I'm talking like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bricks. It's going to be very tall. At its lowest height, I think it's 22 or 23 blocks tall at its lowest height. So we're going to need a lot of bricks. So I'm going to start melting these down. I'm going to go on the hunt for more, and we will be back here later. I may have accidentally gone AFK and then forgot that I went AFK and came back to 500 plus skeletons just sitting in the world. That may have happened. And from that, I got an enchanted pickaxe and an enchanted shovel. This is going to be huge for this project. And 25 levels still left over. I was going to use this pickaxe for this project, but unfortunately / fortunately, it's a fortune 3, so I want to save that for mining. So I went ahead and built another iron pickaxe. And now we have been cooking a bunch of brick. In fact, let's go ahead and just turn that into a block, like so. And I also got some food going on. I've also set up, this is going to be the dome, like I've said, but I built up the walls a bit and put a door in, so it's a little bit of a base. And I figured out exactly how much land is going to be carved out. It's going to go down to here. This is where brick is going to start. Brick is going to be where the start is. And so I've got a lot to cut out. I basically went to the front of the building where I want it to be level and then decided that's where everything else is. So this is where this is our baseline for everything else. Everything is going to come down. This whole thing is going to be gone. and everything at this level or higher is going to be gone. So we got a lot of work to do. I still have a lot of clay to go find, and this is going to take a long time. It's going to take a very long time. Okay, I've been hard at work just digging this out. Oh my gosh. I have an efficiency 3 diamond pickaxe, and breaking grass takes just as long as if I were iron. I don't understand this. I don't. I don't get it. Why? Especially when dirt is just so fast. Why is grass just way worse? Is it because it's silk touch? Just some reason silk touch make it worse? I don't know. I don't understand it. And it kind of makes me upset a little bit. But anyway, I think we're going to call the episode there. I've been really hard at work, leveled out this entire area. You can see from where I placed all the bricks, where there used to be stuff. Still got this whole mountain to deal with. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. And still got a decent chunk of the area to go. And my shovel is close to breaking, so that's something we have to deal with. But we also have, I went on a bit of an adventure, and we have a lot of bricks. Although, I did have 2 creepers sneak up on me and blow up some. So, we have less than we should. So this we have this many, and I believe this is 4.5 stacks worth ish. But anyway, that's gonna be it for now. I also did a lot of terraforming, so we got a lot of stuff in there. And that's gonna be the end of the episode. I will continue to terraform, and we'll be back next episode to actually start the building. I'll see you then.